Sup guys, Hey King here, bringing you another RE9 video discussion. Remember to like and subscribe please, and yeah, we're just gonna dive into this. So, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. There was a supposed leak from Gamestop, was it? Not GameSpot, Gamestop. And, well, it's very hard to explain. It listed a bunch of DLC content apparently coming out. Now, no one knows if this was real or fake or if this was accidental, but we're going to read through this and then I'm going to give my 2 cents on this. So, yeah, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. We don't know what to really expect from this. But, yeah, let's just go through it. So, this is what was written on the product description for it. I don't know for what version of the game, but the product description. The nightmare never truly ends, it just involves. Resident Evil Requiem drags you back into the heart of survival horror, picking up the threads left dangling in the shadows of Raccoon City and the Baker Estate. But this isn't a mission you're prepared for, this is a descent. Meet Grace Ashcroft, an FBI intelligence analyst who represents a new kind of survivor. When a new biological disaster plunges the iconic Raccoon City back into darkness, she must learn to overcome her own fear to survive. She isn't a super soldier, she's an analyst, forced to use her firearms training and deductive reasoning to stay one step ahead of the horrors hunting her. So, first up, very interesting that it's, tying to Resident Evil 7 by mentioning the Baker Estate there. Okay. Let's go through the Deluxe Edition stuff. The Deluxe Edition includes the PC Stream digital code, a steelbook case, and the following digital content. So, first up, the Sanctuary expansion pack includes 2 new story scenarios and a major Mercenaries mode update. Interesting. Morphic Visor cosmetic filter, a unique cosmetic look for Rose's visor. Hold up. Rose's visor? What? Shadow Walker costume pack. 3 exclusive outfits for Rosemary Winters. I'm sorry, what? What? So right there, it's, what? Okay. So what's going on here? Let's think about this very logically. Let's think about this logically first. What's going on here? First up, this is properly some sort of mistake. That they properly used AI to write up very quickly, because the fact it mentions, it mentions the Baker Estate up there, which is obviously has nothing to do with that, unless it's a spoiler and it is meant to tie into that somehow, but it's not. It's not meant to be revealed. But so yeah, it's probably an AI generated BS stuff. That's what's going on. Two. What's option number 2? It's a typo. It's a mistake. Okay. Again, same with the AI thing. It's a mistake. It's not something that's actually going to be in the game. So, 3. This is actually a spoiler. It is actually a spoiler, and it straight up spoils that there is going to be a Mercenaries mode in there. We're getting 2 DLC, and one of the returning characters in this game is actually going to be Rosemary. Which, if this is legit, what the F? So, I'm gonna go with my first theory that this is BS, that this isn't real, that this was a mistake. Now, apparently, if you go back on their site, they've rectified it, and I think all of this is now gone. So either it was a mistake and they fixed it, or it was a huge fucking spoiler that they weren't supposed to spoil until later, and they just did. And yeah, shit for bricks, basically. Like, what's going on? But let's go with the assumption that this is BS. This isn't real. It was a typo or mistake by AI generated writing. But now let's go with option number 2. Let's go with the assumption or the theory that this is in fact real and that Rosemary is going to be in this game. What would this mean for RE9 going forward? So, remember that one shot in the, was it the 3rd trailer that we got? That's called the 2nd trailer, the one that was released for Switch 2? Remember this shot here? Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a little girl. The way that Grace is... I mean, I don't know. I can't really tell what the hell's going on here. Is she behind a glass? And Grace is kneeling down looking at her? Or is this one of the early zombies you encounter and there is no glass here and this is just... It's just perspective. Okay? So... If it is a little girl... If this is a little girl in this shot, is it Rosemary? And what does that mean for the plot of the game then? It would probably mean that Capcom lied to us. Well, from a certain point of view. The story of the father is complete or done. Well, it looks like now we're going to go through the story of the daughter. But here's the thing. If Rosemary is in this game, how the hell is she in that area? The only thing that makes sense is that she was kidnapped again. And the only logical people that would kidnap her at this point is the Connections. And who's connected to the Connections? Rosemary's mother, Mia Winters, who worked for the Connections. Which means that if Rose is in this game, then surely Mia's in this game as well. Which means that something happened between 8 and, before the events of 9, where Rosemary would had to have gotten kidnapped. Now, this game apparently takes place in 2028, so Rose would be around 7 to 8 years old at this point. Okay, and it's not the first time we've had a little kid in Resident Evil. We've had Sherry Birkin, and then we had Natalia, so this wouldn't be the first time we've had a little kid, and they end up being like a playable character. For all we know, this game is going to follow, in the footsteps of the original Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 2 Remake, and have us play two main characters, in this case Grace and Leon, but both of these characters are going to have supporting characters helping them. In this case, Grace's supporting character is going to be Rosemary, and you're going to be playing as this little girl. Now, the morphing visor, I don't know what the hell that means. Again, probably AI generated, but if it is legit, that would probably mean that maybe Rose has some sort of visor that she uses maybe to sneak through areas, to see through walls, like Natalia perhaps. Food for thought, guys. Food for thought. I'm hearing some people say, oh, this could just be cosmetic stuff for Mercenaries mode. But it's like, why would Rosemary be in Mercenaries mode and have cosmetics? It's Mercenaries mode. You don't really do cosmetics with Mercenaries. You played Mercenaries mode and you unlock characters and sometimes you unlock costumes with that or alternative outfits, but they got different weapons. Do you know what I mean? Like, costumes were never DLC for the Mercenaries mode, so this part doesn't make sense. So if Rose is in this game, and this is a big if she is in this game, that means she's been kidnapped, possibly by the Connections. Mia's probably going to get involved because, again, there seems to be a theme with this game where it's, Resident Evil 7 was about a husband searching for the wife, Resident Evil 8 was about a father searching for the daughter. This one seems to be about a mother trying to find out the truth about a daughter trying to find out the truth about a mother. So what if the actual thing is it's the story of the mum and not the daughter actually, or it is a story of the daughter, in which case, well, it's to do with the mum as well. Like there's this mother and daughter connection, in which case Rose and Mia, But the game's tricking you to thinking it's actually going to be about Grace and Alyssa, and that's actually like one half of the story, and the other one is Rose and Mia perhaps. Thrown out there. But then the other problem is, where the hell's Chris in all of this? Chris was supposed to be protecting Rose now. He's supposed to be fostering her and looking after her. So what's going on there? We know Chris is not in this game because Capcom said that he's not in this game. What if that's BS? What if Chris actually is in this game and he's going to cameo or show up as a guide or something? And Leon gets sent in to not rescue Grace but to find Rosemary perhaps. Or maybe there's some sort of bait and switch going on. To lure the Connections out, we had to use Rose as bait. And that's what's happened. That's what the plot is. And Rose was used as bait, and now it's leading them back to Raccoon City, and they're going in there to deal with it. And at the same time, Grace gets involved in this mess. And the game is basically tricking you into thinking it's this game about Grace, but in reality, it's actually connecting back to 7 and 8, and Grace gets in the middle of this, and somehow she's also connected to it. It goes back to my theory that maybe she is some sort of bioweapon or clone perhaps or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure like some story out here that involves Rosemary as a little kid being in this game. And the game just sounds too ambitious and too big for its own good. Like too many characters. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you got Grace, you got Alyssa, you got Leon potentially, but now you got Rosemary, and then obviously you'd have to have Mia in this. and then Chris in the background perhaps as well. Like it's getting a bit too overcrowded now. Like it's not sounding as simple as it was supposed to sound. Does that make sense? So what the hell? Or perhaps this is DLC. This is DLC with Rose, and we're gonna get a time jump again, and we're gonna play as Rosemary meeting Grace maybe, or something. I don't know. I don't know what the hell to expect or what the hell to discuss. My first thought is that this is BS. That this is just a simple error and mistake. But then there's the other side of me that's going, what if this is actually legit? And this wasn't supposed to be spoiled until maybe after the Game Awards. Can you imagine you watching the Game Awards, we get the new trailer, and then we get the reveal that Rosemary's in the game. Like imagine that, you get that 1 or 2 shots of a little girl and it's Rosemary, and it's like, what the hell? Like, what? What? So yeah, I don't know what to think about this. I really don't. I'm trying to like come up with theories on how she could tie into this. And this is the only thing I can think of. That she gets kidnapped. And yeah. Grace is gonna find her, and then she's gonna be like a support character. And something's gonna happen. And Chris will be involved. Or maybe he's busy with the BSA stuff. And someone else like comes in to help. In this case, maybe Jill. Or even Barry. Or maybe Leon is the one, like he contacted to deal with this. I don't know, it's kind of confusing because, like, why would Chris allow Rosemary to get kidnapped? Unless my theory about this being some sort of bait thing is actually true, in which case they use the child as bait to lure the connections out and to figure out where they are or what's going on. Which doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of stories like this. But then, you know, a lot of these Resident Evil games, sometimes the way the stories start doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, 8, I like 8, but it did have its issues with Chris, like, barging in, shooting fake Mia, and not explaining anything to Ethan because he was on a rush or whatever. It's like, dude, it would have taken you 2 seconds to straight up say, hey, that's not your wife. That's someone pretending to be your wife. We don't know where your wife is. She's either dead or alive or in prison somewhere, but we need to get you the fuck out of here, like, fast. I'm the good guy, you know, trust me, blah, 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 etc. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Capcom is doing with this, because they haven't really revealed anything about this game, to be honest, when you sit down and think about it. And if Rosemary is in this game, if she actually shows up, and this actually ties into 7 and 8 and the Winter storyline, this is the biggest case of like secret, like hiding a big secret from the audience and the players in a long time. Like how did you manage to keep this hidden and not reveal it to anyone? Like what is going on? Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say to this, because yeah, I don't know what else to like say when it comes to this. Like, my first thought, this is a mistake. My other thought is this was potentially a leak that wasn't supposed to leak, and we're gonna find out whether this is true at Game Awards. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Only a few more days to go, guys. Only 3 more days to go. 3 more days to go. Today's the 8th. 3 more days to go. So we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there, and hopefully we get a lot of our questions answered. Fingers crossed. Anyway, guys, that's that for me. As always, remember to like and subscribe, please. And I shall see you when I shall see you. In this case, hopefully the next time I see you will be when I'm watching the Game Awards, and you see my reaction to that. But yeah, take care and bye, guys. Take care and bye.